guys, welcome back to my channel where I'll be discussing the Women's Euro quarterfinal between Germany and France. You can also listen to this match review on Spotify, link in the description below. Likewise, if you're listening to this on Spotify, you can also watch this game review on YouTube. Link will be in the description. Alright, so the first thing I thought when I heard that these two are playing each other again was, why is it always you two? Like, how does Germany always wind up playing France? They played them in the 2022 Euro semifinal, then in a friendly afterwards, and then in the Nations League playoff. Hell, I think Germany is set to play France again in this year's Nations League playoffs. This time around, for this game, it's honestly going to be tough for Germany. I caught some of France's group stage games. Delphine Cascarino, I know for a fact, is going to be hell for the German backline to deal with. If you thought Sweden were able to run right through the German backline, Delphine is going to be so much worse. And then you also have Gayoro, Katoto, and Baltimore on top of her too. Germany's backline, Minga, Kanak, Linder, and either Hendrik, Kett, or Kleinherne, whoever is replacing Wamser for this game, really have to be on top of things. I'm not sure whether Delphine is going to be on the left or the right wing. She tends to switch, like whichever side is easier for her. But I'm honestly concerned for Linder and whoever is on the right wing because the wings are where Delphine likes to attack from. She's been doing it in the group stages, like she's always coming up and attacking from the wings. While the French attack is dangerous, they do have a weakness, and it's their back line. Yeah, France's back line will crumble under a lot of pressure. If Germany wants to score goals against France, they have to keep them under pressure. They have to be quick and aggressive with their attack. I would probably risk it and start Hoffman or Churchy or both in the attack, and then of course have Brand and Bull. As for the midfield, Germany needs to keep possession and maintain control. That's going to be an important thing. They also have to watch out for France's runs and transitions. Again, I'm partly concerned for Germany's backline because they like to be high and tend to get caught off guard when the ball is played through or long behind the backline. Maybe Germany is thinking it's an offside trap for France or the opposing team, but the thing is they can't always rely on that. Anyway, this is going to be a doozy, so let's get into the lineup for this match. Alright, so the lineup. We have Ann-Katrin Berger in the goal. For defender, Sarai Linder, Kathy Hendrik, Rebecca Kanak, Franziska Kett, and Janina Minga. In the midfield and attack, Silke Nuskin, Elisa Sens, Clara Buhl, Eula Brandt, and Giovanna Hoffman. It is an interesting lineup. After all, nothing says we may have a slight defending problem when you potentially go with a 5-back or 5 players in the back line. I mean, at least Vuk is aware of it. If Germany is going with a 5-back, it's not a bad thing. We saw in the group stage, especially in the match against Sweden, Germany's weakest area is their back line. With 5 in the back, this could lock things down a little more and help balance out responsibilities. Like whoever's on the wings, they can get forward and there will still be that support in the back line. Hopefully. I mean, there's also the fact that they could be too high. But with the 2 players getting forward on the wings, that kind of leaves 3 back there. So if they are too high, that is going to be a problem. As for Germany's attack, Brand and Bull should be okay. But Hoffman starting is surprising, but not in a bad way. I would think Churchy would also start alongside Brand, Bull, and Hoffman, but she could come on in the second half along with Lea Schuler. As mentioned previously, as long as Germany can apply pressure to the French backline, they will be able to break through. That all being said, let's get into the first half. So the first half, we are off. The 10-minute mark, Germany and France are coming in hot in these first 10 minutes. It's very quick, everything is happening very fast. The battle for the midfield has been fairly intense. Up until the 10th minute, Germany was playing with 10 players because Linder would need to come off to receive treatment for her foot. Hoffman was able to get forward but got tangled up with Bacha, and she managed to get Bacha's shoe off. Brand and Bull linked up in the 8th minute. Bull's cross would find Brand, but Brand's attempt would go wide. France has also been getting forward too, but Germany are holding them off well. In the 20-minute mark, It's not even bad luck at this point. Just poor management and no common sense in the back line. Linda would return to the pitch after getting her foot wrapped up, but unfortunately, Germany would go back down to 10 players, this time permanently, for the dumbest reason possible. And before I go any further, I would like to know in the comments, what do you think would be the dumbest thing you can do to get sent off with a direct red card? Because that's kind of what happened here. So originally, France was awarded a free kick. After it was sent in, it was put wide. And you would think that would be the end of it, because I thought so. But VAR spotted a foul in the box, because of course. The foul was Hendrik, an experienced defender grabbing Mbach's hair. The referee went to the screen and it was even clearer. She signaled it to Hendrik, what she did, by pulling at her braid, hey, I saw you do that. Hendrik was in disbelief and in denial, but it was 100% clear. So Hendrik was sent off with a direct red card, and I think Vuk got a yellow card, and France were awarded a penalty. Despite Berger getting her hand to it, Guerrero converted the penalty, making it 1-0 for France. On a personal note, I have covered Germany in the VfL Wolfsburg-Frauen, which is Hendrik's former team, for, I'm just going to round it off to 3.5 years. But I have no idea what Kathy Hendrik was thinking. A defender of her caliber should know better. In the 19th minute, Linder would have to come off too, unable to continue, and Kleinherner would come on in her place. The 30-minute mark, Germany may be down to 10. However, they still have some fight in them. They are not giving up yet. In the 25th minute, Germany would get a corner kick. Newskin grabbed a header, tying things up at 1-1. France is still on the attack, but Germany are fighting them off. Things are getting spicy. We are seeing multiple fouls to go around. The 45-minute mark, the fouls continue to come. France is upping their pressure and intensity. Their attack is getting forward. Bacha and Brand are getting well acquainted with each other down the right wing. At one point, those two would get tangled up, roll on the ground, and Bacha somehow ended up in Brand's lap. It was funny as much as it was painful for Bacha and confusing for Brand. At the same time, Hoffman is making her presence on the pitch known and felt, mainly to Pauline Peyraud-Magnin after their collision in the 45th minute. Yeah, they're both fine. Germany is defending with all that they have against France's onslaught of attacks. Brand is dropping back as well. Kanak and Minga are refusing to give way for Cascarino. France had a dangerous chance to score in the 39th minute off a cross, but the play would be ruled offside. VAR confirmed the offside and Germany were in the clear, for now. There would be an additional 4 minutes of added time, despite a few attacks from France. The half would end tied at 1-1 for France and Germany. All right, so Germany and France are tied at 1-1. Man, the article I'm going to have to write for this game is going to be something. I kind of just want to use I statements because I have no idea what the fuck is going on. But I have covered Germany and Wolfsburg. Again, that's where Hendrik used to play. I have covered Germany and Wolfsburg for around, rounding it off, 3.5 years. And I have never seen Germany this chaotic and reckless before. I have never seen Hendrik grab someone's hair before. Not for Germany and not for Wolfsburg. She tends to just slip a lot. And it's not good. It's not great, but I feel like I prefer that. She's an experienced defender. She knows better. It's a foul any day of the week to grab someone's hair. It happened in the box, and of course Hendrik was sent off. That foul, though, could very well cost Germany this game. Someone on BlueSky said Hendrik wanted Germany to enter hard mode. This isn't hard mode. This is the extreme difficulty setting. They're choosing chaos for some reason. Or they are choosing to make things harder than they need to be. Props to Bull, Brand, and Hoffman. They're doing their best, but Germany's back line, they're fighting for their lives. But still, they're holding off France. They're doing a great job. Germany is doing all right for just having 10 players, but how long will that last exactly? France is on the attack. They can smell blood, and they are dangerous whenever they get down there, especially with Cascarino. Cascarino has been great in these games. She's on fire, and she's going to be lighting something up in the Germany box. Germany has to be on top of things defensively, and going into the second half, they have to counter with more urgency and pace if they want to get on the scoreboard again. That being said, let's get into the second half. All right, so the second half, we are off. The 55-minute mark. Germany and France are coming into this half determined and fired up. They are both getting forward, and things are still spicy between these rivals/lovers. I'm only saying that because Germany and France play each other a lot, to an insane degree. For what it's worth, Jule Brand can not only attack and dribble, she has the defending ability of Lena Oberdorf back when she was collecting yellow cards like Pokemon. She took out her future Lyon teammate Diani. Those two are going to be insane to watch at Lyon, just dribbling, running, and annoying the hell out of defenders. All right, so the 65-minute mark, France are pissed at injustice. Yet again, another one of their goals has been called offside. In the 56th minute, France were awarded a corner kick. They played it out wide, sent it in. The first attempt was blocked and smacked away by Berger, but Gayoro would score on the rebound, making it 2-1. VAR checked the goal and called the referee to the screen. The referee determined it was offside, and the scoreline was back to 1-1. Since then, France has been wreaking havoc in the Germany box, while Germany is frantically and chaotically defending with their lives still. How Berger is remaining calm under pressure, remaining calm under this pressure, just shows her formidableness in goal. So the 75-minute mark, Germany are determined to make things harder than they need to be. In the 67th minute, Brand was able to make a run. She got tangled up with Bacha in the box, resulting in Bacha being called for the foul. Germany were awarded a penalty kick. Newskin stepped up and took the penalty, and it was saved by Pauline. Why Bull, Brand, Hoffman, or Minga could not take it is just questionable. This was Germany's chance to go ahead, but they could not take it. Soon after the missed penalty, Germany tried to create a series of chances, but nothing would come from them. All right, so we're at the 90-minute mark. France is still on the attack, no surprise. Control and possession has been in their favor, no surprise there either. We are seeing more pressure on the German backline, check. Germany is still managing to hold off the French attack. Truthfully, they're doing well for a team that only has 10 players. It is surprising that they have lasted this long. Vuck is holding off on making substitutes, which is kind of raising some eyebrows. Hoffman has been on a fouling spree for a bit, i.e. this whole game. She is likable and carries an Alex Pop vibe, but the referee, Olofsson, must like her more than I do, seeing how she has not given her a yellow card yet. There were 8 minutes of additional time. France has yet to break through Germany's defense, even though they have come close and are getting into Germany's box. Germany is still doing their best to hold them off. The half would end in the 98th minute with the scoreline still 1-1. The game will be going into extra time. So before we get into that, it is hard to say what Germany's plans are for the next 2 rounds of extra time. Are they going to defend and try to last long enough to reach the penalty shootout? Or are they going to try and get their attack forward? Vuck still has not made any substitutions in the second half, but he may need to now. All right, so the first round of extra time. The first round of extra time ended in the 107th minute with no goals to be scored. Schuler would sub on for Hoffman in the 98th minute. It seemed like the right call because Hoffman was getting tired. It was pretty evident too. Germany's plan seems to be game management. They are not really getting forward and just seem content to defend and hinder France's attack by any means necessary. Berger has come up big in these 15 minutes, even preventing an own goal off Minga. She may have landed weird on her shoulder, but seems to be okay. Hopefully her and Germany can hold out just a bit longer. All right, so the second round of extra time. The second round would end in the 123rd minute with no goals to be scored. Kat would go down with a cramp and then get subbed off for Churchy. She played well, but this was a lot for her given the intensity of France's attack and constantly being under pressure. Dahlmann and Dobritz would sub in for Sens and Brand in the 119 minutes. This is likely being done for the penalty shootout. All right, so it's time for the penalty shootout. Hopefully you guys can follow along. Minga steps up and scores. Germany 1-2. Majri up for France next. Berger saves. France 1-2. Dahlmann up next, scores. Germany 1-3. Kashawi for France, scores. France 2-3. Kanak up next, scores. Germany 2-4. Mallard up next for France, scores. France 3-4. Dobritz up next, skies it. Germany 3-4. You were literally subbed on for that reason. And by that I mean she was supposed to score, not sky it. Baltimore up for France, scores. France 4-4. Berger steps up for Germany, scores. Germany 4-5. Jean-Francois for France, scores. France 5-5. Bull up next, scores. Germany 5-6. Sorry if I mispronounced this name. Ningala next, scores. France 6-6. Newskin next. Newskin, I swear to God. Newskin scores. Germany 6-7. Sombeth up next. Berger saves. Germany 6-7. Sombeth, I'm so sorry. This was definitely planned out in advance, but the pressure she must have felt was likely a lot for such a young player. Anyway, Germany wins 6-7 in the penalty shootout, and I don't believe it. So, yeah, Germany wins 6-7. I don't believe it. Like, I can't believe it. Before this game even started, it just seemed like Germany were at a disadvantage. France had the firepower and attack. Everything about this quarterfinal was screaming for France to win it, especially with Cascarino looking so good and being really effective in France's attack. Then Hendrik goes down and does something stupid that I have never seen her do before. Gets sent off, and then Germany is down to 10. Like, it just seemed like France were on track to win this game. It seemed like such an easy way for them to win this, but they didn't. Honestly, you have to respect the chaotic brilliance that is this Germany women's national team, because that's exactly what it is. Chaotic brilliance. I don't know how they managed to survive and make it through the second half and 2 rounds of extra time with France just hammering them. I mean, it was like that in the Olympics last year. Like, even I was surprised at how far Germany made it in the Olympics last year. The thing is with Germany, though, when it seems like everything is against them, they still show up when they need to. Anyway, weird but great win for Germany. Ich bin gestresst, vielen Dank. That is all I have for you guys today or tonight. Congrats to Germany, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.